Well, it was in 1992 on a Sunday morning when we were doing our usual maintenance work on the lifeboat. And we used to go down to the brass, and I was like the wiper operation man there. And one of the crew said to me, Roy, there's a lady here would like to meet you. So I went up, and this is how I met this lady. And her name is Irene Richmond. But then she shocked me by saying, pleased to meet me, etc. And she gave me all these documents, and she said, I am the widow of the Chief Officer of the Samtampa. Well, I was
Yeah. How did you feel when you heard those words?
gobsmacked, absolutely,
Stunned.
The Samtampa was...
And then when she started showing me these things, it was just so emotional, you know.
And it's the boat, of course, that was in
yeah, it was.
that I spoke we're going to rescue.
And, you know, I mean, there she is.
Which one's she, Roy?
Hmm?
Are you on there as well?
I'm there, looking younger. Yeah, I'd be to see that, Jonas. And that's the Alan Jones, the mechanic, the coxswain, and Malcolm Prosser, the mechanic.
You can see by your faces and his in particular that that's a very poignant moment.
It was, and I think Tootie and Prosser looked as stunned as I was. It's,
yeah.
But she was such a lovely lady, and she showed me that for a start. Well, sorry, we took that for a start, but what she was holding in her hand was, this is the thing that really got me more than anything. It's this, when you go to sea as a deck cadet or whatever you train, to be a captain, this is what your aim is. You aim to get your master's foreign going certificate. That is the highest thing you can get to command any ship, anywhere in the world. You can do a degree after that, which is the extra masters, but that is the one.
Yeah.
That is the one, the Master Matters foreign going certificate.
Yeah.
And then, when she opened it up and showed me, I've got one of these at home. I should have brought it down. And they've changed it now. It's now called a Deck Officer Certificate Class 1. But this was Master Mariner. That meant you were a Master Mariner anywhere in the world, any size ship, Queen Mary, Queen Elizabeth, to the smaller ship. You entitled to command it if you involved. But then, when she said this was found on obviously found on his body, you can feel the sand where his body must have been rolled around on the rocks.
So that was actually found with him.
Yeah.
He was rediscovered.
Yeah. And for her to give these to me is just incredible. Also on his body, every officer had a crew list of their lifeboat. So if they had 4 lifeboats, 4 officers would have. So there was a crew of 40 on that ship, 39 at the day because one went off sick. But his boat was the one, number 1, number 2, and you just see bits of it. Donald Lowe, chief officer he was, and then he had the carpenter, Jackson the carpenter, and he had AB, a fireman, assistant steward, greaser, senior ordinary seaman, donkey man, fire watch, second engineer, and a young apprentice, 17-year-old apprentice.
Oh, bless, and all of these people perished.
So how many
On
are
his
on that
boat.
list?
Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. There's 11 on that list.
Did you
So
say
the 4
it was
lifeboats, could be 4 lifeboats.
Yeah, okay.
You're supposed to have enough on one side of the ship to accommodate everybody. So if a ship goes over,
I see.
everybody should get in at least one
Right,
side of the
I
lifeboat.
understand. Right.
But that was
Okay.
his.
That was-
That's the one he had to count
That was
for.
the one he had to count for. Okay.
There's the keys to the first mate's cabin. So there's his cabin keys and maybe other keys to lockers and things like that. All found on his body.
Yeah.
And then the whistle, which is a very important thing to have on a ship because If you're in the water, you'd use the whistle to attract attention. And there's famous bottle opener to open the bottle of your choice.
And so I'm tearing up. I cannot imagine how you must have been when the widow handed these over.
So we used to meet her off the bus then in Swansea and bring her, but she wouldn't want to stay with us, she wanted to go to, so we used to put her in a guest house in Log South End, near one of the guest houses, look after her, and we'd take her for a meal, and then we'd take her up to Porthcawl, and we'd take her to the cemetery and leave her by the graveside, and we'd go up somewhere and come back and pick her up. There was one lifeboat widow still alive, Eileen Thomas. How lovely it would be for them to meet.
Yeah, yeah.
And we asked Eileen to come down especially for this official opening of the new Winchell acquisition. And they didn't know anything about it. And it was a lovely sunny day, and we had them out, not like this. We had them out there, and we sat them next to each other, but they didn't know until we told them. How about that, Danny?
Oh, really? It's giving me chills already.
It was really wonderful.
Wow.
I was the Lifeboat Operations Man for 21 years. I'm now the president of the station now, but Lifeboat Operations manager's job is to authorise the launch of the boat. And God forbid ever to make that wrong decision. I mean, no the lifeboat will go out any weather, but you know, it's some nights you think you send them out to be safe, or you send them out to a certain not nice. But now the training is superb with the crew. You know, the college in Poole, you know, you wouldn't get better training anywhere in the world than they get in now. So it's a lot safer, hopefully. But the sea, you never know.
No fickle friend.
You never know.
Thank you.
Thank you, Roy.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Pleasure.